can see this is still seafronting room, although it be under ground level, and it works really well. So we've got another 6 unit apartment here, and what they're currently charging is £150 a night for accommodation like this, and there's no reason why we couldn't charge a hell of a lot more by making it a hell of a lot nicer. Hi guys, it's Arsh. In today's video, we're going to be going around a property that I'm in the process of acquiring in sunny Blackpool. So as you can see, I'm right next to the sea. I don't know what it is. I actually like taking properties on by the sea. And we're going to be walking around some of the apartments. I'm going to be talking through the strategy and what we've done to acquire this property. And I'm going to ask you the question by asking you to put some comments below whether you would have actually done this deal or not. So as always, I need a small favour from you. If you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. Every time I release a video, you get notified of it. So as you're aware, this channel is sponsored by the Property Investor app, which is the UK's first property investment platform, which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK. Whether you're looking for that below market deal, that rent to rent deal, that lease option deal, we've got them all there. Now, there are 2 ways to get involved. You can either go to the website, which is propertyinvestораpp.co.uk, or if you've got a smartphone, go to the App Store, type in Property Investor and download it from there. So as I said, I'm in sunny Blackpool. So as you can see the sea there. I don't know why, I've got this fascination of being by the sea, but I was approached by the owner of this serviced apartment building. So there's 17 apartments within this building, and the vendor actually has 2 of these buildings. So she's got one that's got 17 in, one that has got 15 in, and as a result, we're now in the process of structuring a deal because the building's in need of modernisation. We're in the process of doing a creative structure where I can take over the property very easily, very quickly, and I'm going to come and increase the standard of the property, which ultimately will increase the value of the property, which will also increase the income of the property. And as a result, I'm then going to exercise the option to purchase, which hopefully, as a result of the increased income with the increased value, which means that I will actually buy the property quite well below market value. So let's give you a little walk around of the building and in a couple of the apartments, and then let's get through the breakdown of what the figures look like. So welcome to the hallway. The hallway, which is, I'm actually in love with the mirrors and actually the grandeur of the size of this building. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's actually a 5-storey building, and it's got 17 apartments within it, and it's absolutely huge. As you can tell, it's in need of a bit of modernisation, but the fact is that if we do this correctly and we increase the value of the accommodation that's being offered, if we increase the amount of income that the property can generate, ultimately this is going to increase the value, which means that I'm then going to be able to purchase it below market value and then also potential refinance based on the commercial value. So I'm bringing you into one of the apartments here, and as you can see, it's typical Blackpool serviced apartment. So they're all self-contained, all fully self-contained, all electric, all beds. So as we speak, we're in off season. So this one actually sleeps 6 people. So we've got a double bed there. We've got 2 single beds. I love this. I'm not lying. I'm actually in love with the fact that you can pull down those beds and it's a space-saving structure. And then you've got a double sofa bed. You've got dining area and also you've got your TV, and it sleeps 6. Now, I admit it's not 5-star accommodation, but Mrs. E doesn't know it yet. But once she gets her hands on this, I can imagine this to be an absolute mini gold mine, and she's going to really enjoy getting her head around the building, and more importantly, enjoy getting her head around the project and see what she can do with it. Now, as it stands, the owner of this apartment block or building, they're only charging £25 per person per night. So let's just imagine that this has got 6 people, or you can only book this if you've got a party of 6. That would be £150 per night, but obviously that's inclusive of all the utilities. So that includes the electricity and all the rates, as you would, because you don't come to Blackpool and you don't want to pay for your own facilities. And as a result, my plan is to increase the standard of what we're offering and increase the price per head. And ultimately, that's going to increase the income. Ultimately, that's going to increase the value of the building. So let's have a quick wander around downstairs. So we've got other apartments which are in need of modernisation. So there are a couple of apartments that are not actually being used. You can see by the state of of this is a storeroom. You can see that part of the ceiling has come down in certain parts. So there are parts that kind of resemble faulty towers. Don't mind saying that. You can see the bathroom. So we're going to have to spend some money on the building, but that will also come into factor when we negotiate the deal with the vendor. So let's keep moving on. So that's another flat. So I think that's flat 4 that we've just walked into. And now we're going to go down into the basement and we're going to have a look at another apartment. So we're going to go into apartment number 1. So again, these aren't the best apartments. Some of them are better condition, some of them are worse. As you can see straight away, don't like the light, doesn't shadow, doesn't give us the right mood as soon as we walk in. Lots of shadows in places. Again, we've got a double bed there. We've got 2 single beds over there, so that's 4. Then we've got a, let's see if I can find the light. So here we go. We've got a kitchen, which looks very old. But I appreciate that people say, well, this is what you're going to get in Blackpool. But believe it or not, you still got to remember, it's a holiday destination for lots of people in the UK. Whether they come here for a weekend, whether they come here for family holiday, we should be able to provide them with a much better standard of accommodation. And as a result, we've got another sofa bed there. And off the back of that, you can see this is still seafronting room, although it be under ground level, and it works really well. So we've got another 6 unit apartment here. And what they're currently charging is £150 a night for accommodation like this. And there's no reason why we couldn't charge a hell of a lot more by making it a hell of a lot nicer. So you've seen what the room's like. There's no need for me to take you through all 17 rooms like this. So let's actually sit down and let's actually go through what the structure of the deal is. So we've had a little run around the building, so hopefully you like it. Hopefully you can see the value that we can add to this building. Now my plan is to take this on a lease where we give the owner a level of rent, factoring in the condition of the building, factoring in the fact that it's not going to be occupied for a short while, whilst we come in and we upgrade the building. As we record this, it's the start of January 2023, and the plan is to try, and I'm having a look at the bookings as to what they've got. They're pretty much fully booked for the whole summer season. So we need to get these rooms looking as good as they can be and running with the fabric that we've already got, and then also playing musical tenants or musical guests so that we can move them into apartments when they've been done, so that we can go in, renovate, make that better, come back out and increase the rates as and where possible. So that's my plan for 2023. We're going to be working here throughout the year. We're going to try and get as much done before the holiday period, where it kicks in pretty much start of March or mid-March, heading towards Easter. And the plan is that the holiday season then kicks in full on 1st of April, right up until the end of September. So we have to factor in that we can't just leave the building empty. And as a result, we're going to run with the existing bookings that we've already got. So the building is going to be income generating pretty much all throughout the year. So we've done a deal. So it's a 10-year deal that we've done with the owner, and it's a phenomenal deal for both parties because the owner doesn't have the funds to bring the property up to standard. I'm going to come and increase and inject some life into the building. Off the back of that, then we've already agreed a figure which I'm going to purchase the building off the current owner. Now, off the back of my projections that we're going to increase the value of the building, we're going to increase the income of the building, I should be able to double the value of the building. That's my projection. I'm still yet to meet with certain surveyors who's going to be able to provide that confirmation for me. Now, off the back of that, let's just imagine, I'm just giving you rough indications, and these are not the full picture of the building. So I'm working on the basis that I think we're going to have to buy this building for within the region of around £500,000. I'm not saying that that's the correct figure, but it's within the region of. Now, what I'm planning to do is then come in and inject some capital into the building. So approximately, circa £150,000. Now, my plan is then to increase the rate per head. So going from 25 to even perhaps £40 per head, £50 per head. But I worked all my figures on £25 per head because that's what they're already achieving. Now, off the back of that, I believe that if we can get it income generating to a certain point, this building could easily generate, even at very low occupancy rates of 30%, 40%, could even be generating circa £200,000, £300,000 if you were to go for the higher levels in excess of £500,000. And it's a lot of money, it's a lot of income. And the rent that we're paying to the owner is, approximately, and again, these are figures, between the £3,000 and £4,000 per month mark. So yes, there are going to be months where it's going to take a bit of time to get off the ground, but the reality is that we've got a building where we pay no deposit. We've got a building that will be income generating. We can do the work as and when we want. It's in our best interest to get it up and running as quickly as possible. We've already got staff on site. So in this building, there's already 2 members of staff who are currently running the building. So we'll retain those and continue to run the building. Perhaps we'll just bring in some more systems and procedures to make sure that it's running a little bit more efficiently. And off the back of that, it works for everyone. The owner that doesn't have the funds to bring the building up to standard works for us because it's not capital intensive to buy the building. It also works for us because then we're going to be able to buy the building below market value. It also works for us because then we're going to be able to refinance and get all our funds back out. So it's a win-win for all parties involved. The owner's going to get the money that they want. We're going to be able to then have a building of 17 apartments in a prime Blackpool location, and then the intention is either to retain or to sell based on the new income that it generates. So there we have it. It's, you know, it's not rocket science. I don't think it's rocket science, but it'd be interesting to get your thoughts by putting it in the comments below. We'll see what this brings. It's a large project, but off the back of that, we're also then going to have the second building, which we're negotiating at the same time, where that's a block of 15 apartments. And as a result, we'll then have a block of 32 apartments in Blackpool, different location, and let's just see what happens with them. So hopefully you've enjoyed that video. If you like more free content like this, as I tell you every week, that I've got a podcast that I release every Tuesday at 6 a.m. It's called The Property Rebel. Go and check it out. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, just to name a few. As I said at the start of the video, this video and this channel is actually sponsored by the Property Investor app, which is the UK's first property investment platform, which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK. Whether you're looking for below market value deal, a rent-to-rent deal, a lease option deal, service accommodation deal, we've got them all there. For those that want a bit of free information or a little bit of free training, I'm actually running a webinar this Sunday being 22nd of January 2023, and I'm going to show you how to find deals like this all over the UK. So I'm going to put a little link just here, and I'm also going to put it in the description below. Feel free to register for the webinar. It's completely free. It's 90 minutes of showing you how to find deals like this all over the UK, and how you can work with me so that you can find deals like this all over the UK. Feel free to register for that. And for those that are feeling social and they want to get involved and they want to get in contact with me, feel free to find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Clubhouse, and TikTok, all under the handle of Arsh. So on that note, guys, we're sure to be safe, well, happy, and I really hope that you've enjoyed the video, and I look forward to speaking to you all very soon. Thank you, and bye-bye.